So you are being sued. You got a summons, and this is why I want to talk about securitization, because a lot of y'all are confused on what securitization really is. I'm getting so many emails. I mean, when I tell y'all, my emails, my DMs are flooded with requests on summonses. Okay, so we're going to talk about what securitization really is. When sending out a securitization request letter, you are seeking true ownership of the debt. So they have to prove something to you. They have to provide some documentation that proves that they own the debt. When a creditor is suing you, you have to know and understand that even the original creditor, Capital One, Chase, whoever, they don't even own the debt. The creditor is just a servicer. There are multiple owners when it comes to a lawsuit from a creditor and a debt collector. See, when you went to that lender to get that loan, okay, that auto loan, that personal loan, student loans, whatever, the bank then creates a SPV, okay? So the SPV stands for Special Purpose Vehicle. So they sell the loans into the SPV. See, the SPV acts as a trust account. So what they're doing is a true sale agreement, which means that now the loans is transferred into the SPV. This is securitization, where it goes from one hand to another. So there is something called asset-backed securities, okay? So asset-backed securities is financial instruments. So financial instruments is nothing but a promissory note. When you walked into that financial institution, you made a promise to pay in writing with the lender. That is what created the promissory note. So the promissory note is what they call a financial instrument. So your signature agreed to pay them with interest. Come on now, I hope somebody getting this. Once that promissory note was signed, that instrument now becomes the foundation, okay, of the debt. Now this so-called debt can be sold, assigned, transferred to other entities, other companies, and investors. This is why the securitization request letter is so powerful when you know how to properly utilize it the right way. So let's say you got negative accounts on your consumer report, like an auto loan, a personal loan, student loan. We know that these type of loans are transferred into an SPV. Okay, so if you got creditors or debt collectors reporting this information, that is not correct. Okay, that is unlawful, and you have the right to set up a paper trail, okay, requesting documentation, sending out your securitization request letter, sending your notice to the CRAs, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, that forces them to prove accuracy, okay? And if they can't prove accuracy, they have to remove that account, those accounts, completely from your consumer report. You letting them know in your notice that you believe the accounts have been sold, assigned, or securitized. The CRAs have to provide documentation from the creditor proving ownership, okay? So even if you believe that a creditor is possibly trying to sue you, but they haven't filed the claim yet, you can send them the securitization request letter, okay? Request the documents. Beat them to the punches. So securitization is pretty much change of ownership, okay? So you're challenging the creditor's ownership, okay? So if they transfer the loans into an SPV account, special purpose vehicle, they no longer owns the debt. How do they have the right to send you a summons and claim that you owe them? So if a creditor is bringing about a claim, it is unlawful. You need to know how to enforce your rights and know how to play the game. So if you are being sued or you suspect a lawsuit may come, you need to send a securitization request letter, okay? And if they already filed a claim, you receive the summons, you still have the right to send that securitization request letter. Okay? You want to file it in the courts, file it in the claim. Know your rights and know how to enforce them. Don't wait to be great.